Political engagement for us as a school is being aware of our local politicians, our state, federal and local, working out what their priorities are for the region, and also sharing our school priorities with them to ensure that we can leverage some of those partnerships to achieve school outcomes. So we currently engage with politicians through various means. So obviously one-to-one meetings, taking our politician around the school to look at what's available and what we do, but also using the politicians for different student leadership talks. So our local member at the moment has come in to talk to our Year 6s around what makes good leadership, the challenges and benefits of leadership. We've had our School Advisory Council over at Parliament House for dinner with a local state member, and just keeping a good relationship maintained so that there's open dialogue about issues which will affect our school and also the community. Strategies I've found most effective in building relationships with local politicians is understanding that they've got a mutual desire to work with us. So being on the front foot in terms of getting them out to our schools, telling them what our schools are about, giving them a bit of a demographic of our school as well. Also sharing some of our school priorities, so looking at those areas of early intervention and seeing what their history and background is of that as well. Also hearing their story and what their passions are while they're in office as well. Follow-up and consistent communication is important to our strategy to obviously identify what a good outcome would be, and then to work with our local politician on different roles, who's following through with different areas and connecting again to ensure we main focus on the original outcome. Keep up to date with their Facebook pages, what they're doing in the area, keeping a close eye on what sort of projects we're working on together, and making regular connections around that. Principals can work together to influence positive policy change while working collaboratively. At the moment in the North Coastal region, we're trying to organise a network with the 16 Catholic schools from out Butler to North Beach and east to Hocking, inviting our politicians and sitting members across those areas, and also opposition leaders to come and present on their understanding of the Catholic Education WA priorities. That will also enable our school advisory councils and our PNFs to come and ask different questions around that as well. Strategies for fostering collaboration with schools. It's about working out what schools want or what schools need in the area, and also what our system needs in the area. So looking at a regional plan, potentially helping us to cater for student needs in a broader sense across schools. So I think it'll be important to gather as a leadership team, decide what you wanted from the event, and some strategy around that. If you haven't met your local politician yet, I suggest that you meet the local politician beforehand, maybe do a bit of an introduction and share some of the CEWA current priorities. From there, develop a common time to come together with a number of schools. Look at ensuring that the CEWA priorities are shared with the politicians, and provide a forum for them to share their response to that with school leadership teams, school advisory councils and your PNF executive, so that information can be shared and any questions can be addressed as well. Some of the challenges I face when trying to work with local politicians is that they don't necessarily understand the funding model or how the states contribute to our schools. So I've found that in part of the discussions, and obviously not the first part of the discussion, you want to build your relationship first, but in some of those discussions, it's worthwhile spending some time going through how funding actually works in our schools and how the state contributes to that. With political engagement, in terms of pitfalls to avoid, I think always be positive with the local members, so approach any situation positively, and also just be aware that not all elements of the community fall under particular members, so it's really important to find out whether it's a local, state or federal issue before mounting ideas around what you'd like to canvass with your local politician. From my political engagement, I've seen lots of positive outcomes. In a regional setting, we improved crossing scenarios for children crossing major highways and railways, and worked with the leader of the Nationals in the area at the time to develop a safer strategy. Also in the metropolitan area, we worked around early childhood networks, utilising different things such as the Early Childhood Atlas, and developing area-based strategies to support our students with the key politicians advocating for different networks and partnerships. And the advice I'd give to other principals looking to engage with local politicians is just be aware that the politicians do want to spend time with us. They want to get to know us as well. So whilst it might seem difficult, the politicians are facing the same barriers. So if you can reach out, get them involved into your school, tell them about what your school's doing, some of your key priorities, some of your major concepts, and also ask them what some of their major objectives are whilst they're in the seat in the local area at the moment.